Welcome to how to start a YouTube automation channel and monetize it quickly. Now, YouTube automation, for those of you that might not know what it is basically just the idea that you can start a YouTube channel, upload videos without ever showing your face, and then monetize it in the form of ad revenue and other ways. Okay? Now, you can make thousands of dollars every single month. Some people even are able to make tens of thousands of dollars every single month just uploading videos to YouTube channels without ever getting on camera themselves. This course is gonna show you how to do that. So really briefly, this is what you're gonna learn in this course. First, we'll cover how to actually monetize a YouTube channel, the requirements and how you can do it relatively quickly, obviously, if you're putting in consistent work and uploading consistent videos. Now, you don't need to ever show your face, but you do actually need to create the videos, and we're gonna cover my simple 4-step process of how you can create videos very, very quickly without ever recording anything like this. And you don't need to speak if you don't want to. There's a million different ways to approach it. I'm gonna give you a 4-step process. First step in that process is simply picking a niche, right? Because the niche that you pick is going to make a large difference. If you pick something that's in demand, then obviously you're going to be able to monetize a lot faster because you'll get a lot more views. Right? If you pick something that's not in demand, you're really fighting an uphill battle. So we'll cover that in that lecture. Also, you want to pick something that's specific enough where you can kind of build repeat viewers and repeat interest, but also broad enough so that you have a number of video ideas and you don't run out of videos to create. Then we'll cover how to create a winning script. I'll show you how you can basically not ensure, because nothing on YouTube is ever, 100% certain, but basically model your videos after other videos within your niche that are already working. And we're literally just going to paraphrase those scripts and we'll create a script super quickly using software. Okay. It's very, very cool. Then we'll move on to how to actually create a winning voiceover. Now, a lot of these things you can outsource if you want to. We'll cover that later on in the course. Although I'll teach you how to use different softwares to actually read your script for you, or you can even read it yourself and then slightly change your voice if you're worried for whatever reason that somebody might recognize your voice. We'll cover all of that in that lecture. Then we'll cover several ways to create video graphics for your videos. So for example, you can overlay a bunch of pictures and just have a fast moving slideshow. You can create cartoon graphics for your videos. You can also just overlay Creative Commons videos, which are reuse allowed. So you can actually use other people's videos that are allowed to be reused on YouTube, clip them up a little bit, and then overlay them as video graphics on top of your script. And then you're creating your own original content. And I'll also teach you how to use a software that will literally automate that entire process for you. I kid you not. You can upload your video script and it will literally create video graphics for you in video format automatically. It's a game changer of a software. So we're going to cover that in step 4. Then I'll give you an entire walkthrough, because obviously I'm going to feed you like the puzzle pieces. So I'll give you the 4-step process in each individual step, but then I'll walk you through me literally creating a video from step 1 to step 4 all the way through. Then I'll teach you how to add automated caption graphics to your videos, which will allow people to read through really cool text that pops up and literally word for word is on the screen with what you're saying, so that people are reading the text as they're listening and watching the videos. It's going to increase your audience retention, obviously increase your watch time, and help you monetize faster. It's a game changer of a software as well, and it's also 100% free. So you can run videos through that caption software in a few minutes, and it's going to increase your audience retention significantly. Then there's an entire section on how you can actually monetize using affiliate marketing or CPA marketing before you even hit 1,000 subscribers. And even after you hit 1,000 subscribers, you should be combining affiliate marketing with YouTube ad revenue and brand deals as well, because obviously you're going to get access to brand deals as you grow. But those are 3 ways that you can monetize over the long haul. But you should not wait until you get 1,000 subscribers and just wait on ad revenue. You should be monetizing through affiliate marketing ahead of time. So we'll cover how to do that in that section. Then if you want to outsource this business, whether you want to outsource it in the beginning or you want to outsource it as you scale in the future, what most people teach, with this YouTube automation business is to outsource everything in the business, hence the automation portion of YouTube automation. That's why they call it YouTube automation, right? So for example, most people teach to hire a script writer, right? Hire a virtual assistant that's going to do your voiceover, and then hire somebody to actually create video graphics for you. Although the issue with that is that's going to cost you money, right? That's a monetary investment that you have to put out every single video. So obviously I'm going to teach you how to do that in this specific video here. If you want to hire somebody for all of those pieces, I'll run you through exactly how you can do that. I have a lot of experience hiring virtual assistants. I've had 3 full-time virtual assistants for almost a year now. So I know what I'm talking about. I've hired several different people and I've trained them, paid them, communicated with them. I'll teach you all of that in this actual lecture here, but you don't have to do that. If you don't want to do that or you're not interested in that, then you can skip that lecture, and the entire 4-step process will teach you how you can do it yourself so quickly, and you'll never have to hire anybody. I'm just adding it in there in case you want to hire somebody and outsource it, whether you want to take your time out of the equation in the beginning, even though it's not going to take you very long to create these videos with the 4-step process like we covered, or you want to, obviously outsource it as you scale. That option's there for you. So I wanted to give you that option. Then there's going to be an entire section on how to create more clickable thumbnails. Obviously, we're not going to spend hours and hours creating like crazy thumbnails like Mr. Beast, who literally spends thousands of dollars, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars building studios just for his thumbnails. We're not doing any of that, but I'm going to give you a simple process on how you can create clickable thumbnails that are high quality, how to actually create them from scratch. That's going to increase your click-through rate, which is one of the main things that YouTube looks for when they're worried about suggesting your videos. So if you can increase your click-through rate on your videos, this thumbnail section will help you do that. And if you can increase the audience retention on your videos, which obviously in the first place will make a major difference on that, but also adding the captions and all the other tricks that we're going to cover in this course will help you do as well. If you can do both of those things and you can upload consistently doing those things, then it's not a matter of if, it's just simply a matter of when, and you will monetize a YouTube automation channel relatively fast. So with that being said, let's jump into the course and get going. All right, so let's briefly cover how you can actually monetize a YouTube channel for this actual business, all right? So here are the main requirements. As you can see here, we're literally on the Google website that tells you all this stuff. So live in a country/region where obviously the program is available. I would just click here if that's, if you're in a country where you think it might not be, click here. Check the relative countries and obviously see if that's something for you. But the majority of the world obviously can do this and monetize a channel. There might only be slight countries that this doesn't apply to, okay? Have no community guideline strikes on your channel. If you're uploading your own videos or you're not copying someone else's stuff, this shouldn't really apply to you. Have more than 4,000 hours of valid public watch hours. Have more than 1,000 subscribers, and then obviously link your AdSense account, okay? None of this stuff really matters. It just boils down to 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours of watch time, and no reused content, all right? So basically you have to create your own videos or you have to have somebody create them for you. You can't monetize a channel simply by taking somebody else's videos and then uploading them onto your channel, okay? You used to be able to do that. They're cracking down on that. You can't do that anymore. You need original content. You need 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscribers. You hit all those, you'll get monetized, all right? So there are actually no shortcuts, obviously, but that's why shortcuts is in quotes, but these things will kind of accelerate the process for you in the beginning, okay? Because it can seem like it's a long process, but if you do it consistently, you upload like a video a day here and there, and you just chip away at it, it will happen a lot faster than you think. So here are some not so short shortcuts that can help accelerate the process, all right? First and foremost is use YouTube Shorts, okay? YouTube Shorts are typically gonna get you a lot more views than normal YouTube videos will, okay? And they'll also bring you in a lot more subscribers. So you can grow a channel relatively fast and get a lot of subscribers and a lot of views very, very quickly using YouTube Shorts, okay? So basically all you need to do for a YouTube Short is you create that tall video like you see on TikTok or you see on Instagram Reels. So basically you want your video to look like this, right? It's 1080 by 1920 instead of the opposite, which is 1920 by 1080p, which is sideways, which is a normal YouTube video. If you have a tall video that's 1080 by 1920 pixels and it's under a minute, it will be qualified for YouTube Shorts, and obviously that will get you a lot more views over the long haul. Now, key caveat here is you can't actually use YouTube Shorts toward your watch time, right? So while the views and the watch time that you get on your YouTube Shorts will not go to the 4,000 hours of watch time needed to monetize your channel, that's a key distinction there, right? While it won't go to the 4,000 hours of watch time needed to monetize your channel, it will help you accumulate views, get introduced to a new audience, build up subscribers, which will then all get suggested your normal videos as well, okay? So you want to use YouTube Shorts to grow your channel, build up your subscriber base, get more views, and introduce your content to new audiences. But then also be creating normal videos as well, because those normal videos are going to get served to other people, but also the people that engaged with your YouTube Shorts, okay? So YouTube Shorts is a really easy way to blow up a channel fast and help you get to 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscribers, even though the watch time accumulated on those videos won't directly contribute to the 4,000 hours of watch time. It will indirectly contribute because those people will then get suggested your other videos as well, okay? The next thing I want to touch on is your focus and what you're basically... The next thing I want to touch on is your mentality and your strategy when you're initially starting, all right? So you want to build up a catalog of videos first. Your main goal shouldn't be to monetize a channel as fast as possible in the beginning, because that can get discouraging when you realize that it's not going to happen in a few weeks or a month potentially, right? Instead, your main goal should be to create a catalog of quality videos so that when people do actually finally discover a video of yours, you already have other videos that they can then watch as well. And that will contribute to longer session time. So they'll come on, they'll find one of your videos, then they'll look at your channel, which is typically what most people have if they like your content, of course, and they'll watch other videos that you already have up, assuming that you have a catalog of other quality videos as well. And they'll also potentially subscribe, okay? So each video will get you an audition for a new viewer, but then if you don't have a lot of other videos that are quality on your channel, it's going to end there, okay? You want that long session time. That will help blow your channel up. And if you do all of those things and you build up that catalog, one day your channel might just skyrocket and it'll blow up. Not because of one video specifically, but because you built up that catalog, right? Now, if you have a video that goes viral or even semi-viral or even gets a little bit of traction, but you haven't built up the other catalog of good videos on your channel already, it is almost a waste of that video being successful, because then you won't have that session time, okay? Now, I also broke this down extremely well in another video that I did recently, so here's exactly what I said. Yes, these software programs will make it so much easier, but ultimately it still will take some time and some effort to get monetized, but it's worth it. What most new creators don't understand about YouTube is that in the beginning, you're simply just trying to build up a collection of good videos around a certain topic. Most of these videos won't get any traction, and that can certainly be discouraging. But what typically happens is if someone finds your video, if they like it, of course, they subscribe and then binge watch all your other videos as well. That means your main goal in the beginning should be to simply create a collection of good quality videos. Each video will get you an audition with a new potential viewer, but if you don't have any other good videos, their session will end on that video and your channel won't get the exponential growth that it could have. That means that once you have a decent amount of videos up, all it takes is one of your videos to get a little bit of traction and it could help blow up your entire channel. So don't get discouraged in the beginning if you're not getting immediate results. Understand that that's to be expected, and it's almost by design that way. The more quality videos that you put out, the better chance you have of increasing subs, watch time, and getting binge sessions across multiple videos. And that will signal to YouTube to give more visibility to your content because it keeps viewers watching on YouTube longer, which ultimately will be a snowball effect and help blow your channel. All right, so I'm going to give you a brief overview of exactly what you'll need to create videos for a YouTube automation channel. Now, you can hire somebody or you can do it all yourself. Obviously, I'm going to show you in this course tutorials on everything so that you don't need to hire. But typically when people do talk about this business, whether it's on YouTube or in a course, they teach hiring somebody, outsourcing somebody from either the Philippines, using somewhere like onlinejobs.ph, using someone on Fiverr, or using someone on Upwork. And so I'll teach you how you can do that later on in this course if you do decide, whether in the beginning, if you have money to start, or in the future, if you decide to outsource this, obviously once you scale up a little bit. I'm going to teach you that later on in the course. And obviously you can do it all yourself as well. You don't need to hire anybody. This entire course will break down software and speedy ways so that you can achieve all of this without hiring anyone if you want, and crank out good videos that are high quality that will allow you to monetize a YouTube automation channel all by yourself, all right? So you'll need 3 things to create videos for a YouTube automation channel. It's really simple, okay? First, you'll need a script. Second, you'll need a voiceover. Third, you'll need video graphics. Then obviously you combined all those into a video, which you then upload to your YouTube channel. Now for a video script, there's many ways to actually create a script, write your own, hire somebody to write one for you. And we're going to cover all of them in a future lecture. As for the voiceover, you can again, either hire somebody to read the script for you, which is very simple. You could also read it yourself, which again, very simple, or you can have text-to-speech software, if it sounds good, read it for you automatically as well. I'm going to cover all of those in a future lecture. And as for the video graphics, again, we're going to cover all this in a future lecture. This is kind of just the overview to kind of get you to understand what you actually need, the entire puzzle together, and then we'll split the puzzle apart and I'll show you how to create each individual piece that you can craft yourself, right? So for the video graphics, there's many ways to get video graphics. To give you a brief overview, you can use Creative Commons videos on YouTube, which are basically licensed videos that anybody can use. So for example, if we type in Bitcoin on YouTube as a topic, to get ideas and videos that are Creative Commons that obviously are showing Bitcoin in the video, you just want to make sure that you have the filters on, you have the Creative Commons license on. And then, because sometimes people will turn this on and then type it in and then forget that it's actually not on sometimes, always when you look at a video, make sure that it does have, before you actually rip this off YouTube and then you use it in your video, make sure that you click on the information, scroll all the way to the bottom, and make sure that it does indeed have the Creative Commons license in there. License, Creative Commons, okay? Reuse is allowed. Now, that does not mean that you're able to rip this video off of YouTube, re-upload it, or even re-upload a small portion of this video and monetize it because you didn't create your own original content. Remember, we touched on that previously. But you can rip this off YouTube, use portions of this video as your own graphics if you're creating your own script as well, and you're not just using the entirety of this video and re-uploading it, okay? So it's a fine line, but you can use Creative Commons videos on YouTube. Again, make sure that they have the Creative Commons license. Make sure that you filter for that for whatever video topic that you're actually, grabbing off YouTube. Use portions of the video. Don't just overlay an entire video on that, or at the very, very least, mix and match portions of the video, or mix and match portions of this video and another Creative Commons video. You get the picture. And add value, obviously, with your own script. And again, make sure that you scroll down and use the license that has Creative Commons, and make sure that it has that on there. Now, another simple way that you can do it is you can just go to Google and download pictures and create a picture slideshow. Now, if you're doing this, make sure that you're moving pictures relatively quickly, because nobody really wants to look at a static picture as a video on YouTube. That's really going to make your audience retention suffer a little bit and your watch time suffer a little bit if you're just using pictures. A way to hack that is to move pictures fast. So you're probably going to want to download dozens, if not hundreds of pictures, and move them very, very quickly. So you could just download all these pictures and then cycle through them relatively fast, maybe every 2 to 3 seconds, move to a new picture and use that as an overlay. And then maybe even potentially add video captions, automated captions on that. Again, I'm going to show you how to do that at a later date in this course. So it's very, very easy to do, and that will actually make your video somewhat engaging. Or if you don't want to use Google, because some people have a hang up about it, they worry about using someone else's picture. I've never run into that issue, although I have heard some random people running to that issue. Typically speaking, you're fine using Google or Yahoo or whatever, but if you want to be absolutely certain, just go to a royalty-free picture site like Pexels or Pixabay or any of the other royalty-free sites and download some of the pictures there. You'll see all these high-quality Bitcoin images on Pixabay, all these high-quality images for Bitcoin on Pexels. And again, you can download them, use them as your video slideshow. Just, again, make sure that you're moving through pictures relatively quickly. Or one of my favorites, which I actually use now currently, is a software called Pictory. Now, Pictory will take your video script and it will create videos that look like this and overlay videos on top of them that match up with your video script. Now, ignore the captions here that are built into this, because obviously I'm just playing around with that. You don't need the captions. You can turn them off if you just want to use the videos and overlay them as well, or create your own captions for them. But basically what Pictory will do is it will automate your script and turn it into a video with relevant pictures. So as you can see here, this one's about finance. It's literally just pulling videos online that it has Creative Commons and it has licenses to use, and then overlaying them on your script as your script reads so that it looks like this video is crafted. It does all of this automatically. Pictory is a game changer for a YouTube automation business and to create a YouTube automation channel. To streamline the process and make it so much easier, I highly recommend it. I cannot recommend it enough. It's exactly what I use currently in my business, and it makes it so much easier and so much less time consuming to edit video graphics on top of your script. It does it automatically, literally within like 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how long your script obviously is, okay? So again, we're going to cover all of these in a future lecture and break them all down individually, and I'll teach them all to you separately in depth, but I kind of just wanted to cover a brief overview of the specific things that you're going to need to actually create videos for your YouTube automation channel. All right, so step one is to pick a niche, right? So how do you pick a niche? Well, the easiest 2 ways to pick a niche are to start with something that you're good at already or something that you're interested in already, okay? That means that you're gonna have a leg up on the competition because you already have inside knowledge of obviously how to create videos about that, what people are interested in within that niche, how to create specific subtopic and niche topic videos that people might be searching for that aren't gonna occur to somebody that just finds that specific topic but doesn't have a background or an interest in it. So those are the 2 best ways to get started. It's really a no-brainer because what I'm good at is gonna be very different than what you're good at, and vice versa, okay? So pick something that you're good at already or pick something that you're interested in already. or you can simply search YouTube to get ideas. So if you want to find other automation channels that are already successful, you want to model them, but do not copy them. And this is key because obviously if you just simply copy them, you're never going to be able to do it better than them. So model them, use it for your own channel, but then obviously don't exactly copy them. All right. Also, if you pick a passionate niche, it's going to be easier to grow in the beginning because that's going to get you more engagement within the comment section. It's also going to bring more people and more eyes to your videos. Or you want to pick something that already has interest. And this could be an and as well, right? It could be a passionate niche that already has interest too. But you want to pick something that already has interest and is already getting views on YouTube, okay? The niche should be narrow enough that YouTube can find a specific avatar viewer for your video topic so that they can serve them to them, right? And then you'll get repeat viewers from that person because typically what people think is you create videos and then people come find your videos, but that's not typically what happens. What typically happens is YouTube already knows everybody's avatar, what they're interested in, what videos they're more likely to click on and watch through. And so if you can find a specific avatar person or an avatar viewer that's going to be interested in something, and you can do that basically by identifying other videos and other channels that are already successful on YouTube within that topic and serving that audience, and then model them, you know that YouTube's pretty much has a high likelihood of serving your videos to that same audience, so it can be successful, okay? While it should be narrow enough, obviously, to serve to that specific avatar person, it also should be broad enough that you can branch out to other subtopics and you can create hundreds of videos at the minimum on that, all right? Because if it's too narrow, you're obviously going to run out of video ideas. So we just go to YouTube and browse a little bit. Obviously, the easiest ways to find things is these topics up here because YouTube is literally telling you what people are interested in and that these are already categories that have subtopics, subcategories that you can create hundreds of videos in. But obviously, there's a lot of interest already on the platform. So what I would recommend if you're really strapped for ideas, if you don't know already what you're good at or what you're interested in, or you don't have any ideas after browsing YouTube for other automation channels and mimicking other channels that are already successful, just simply browse these topics up here and try to pick something within a relative subcategory of these topics, right? So for example, if you like golf, well, go to golf and see what other topics within golf you can make a channel on. You can make a golf, tip channel. And obviously that's going to be hard as YouTube automation because you need to keep in mind that like something like a golf channel, people like to see the actual person swinging. So that might be a little bit more tough, but something like tech might be really easy because you can just overlay videos or overlay pictures of the actual images of the product and then talk about it. And you can use voiceovers to actually do that, right? Another example might be to compile the top cryptocurrencies, since clearly Bitcoin is popping off right now. So there's a number of different ways, but obviously I don't want to go too much into within one because everybody's going to pick a different topic based on what they're interested in or they already have knowledge about. And also browse a little bit and then you'll be able to kind of niche down and narrow down. But again, you want it to be broad enough where you can create at least a few hundred videos on it so you don't run out of video ideas. All right, so step 2 is to create a video script. Now, obviously you can hire somebody, and again, we're going to cover that if you want to go that route later on in this course on how you can outsource to freelancers to do all this for you. But there's many ways to create a video script very, very fast and super easy for free. Okay, so the first method is to obviously find a YouTube video and then download their captions. That's going to give you their entire script of everything that they're saying in the video, and then you can paraphrase their script and upload it as your own, right? Because then you're creating original content. You're not copying them, right? You're paraphrasing their script, and you already have a good idea that it's going to be successful on YouTube because their video was successful. So we're going to stick with the example for Bitcoin. We're just going to type in Bitcoin as an example here. Now, obviously, this goes without saying, don't do Bitcoin. That's obviously a bad niche to pick because it's super oversaturated now. Okay, that's why I'm using it as an example. Okay, so what we could do, for example, if we figured out that this video, was uploaded a day ago, it's got a lot of interest in it and it kind of popped off for this specific channel or even this one, what we could do is we come here and we click these 3 little buttons and we say show transcript, okay? Then we can literally copy the transcript this way. Another easier way to grab the captions in the transcript is simply copy the URL, go to download YouTubesubtitles.com. There are many of these that will do this for you. This is just the easiest one that I use. Enter the URL of the video and click get subtitles. That will literally pump out the entire video script for you. If you download the SRT, I usually download the text. It's a little bit easier that way. And then bam, you have an entire script. Obviously, you want to go through the script, delete anything that's like filler words or any music involved. read through the script and then paraphrase it on your own. You can just rewrite it if you want, or you could take the entire script, copy it. I'm not going to scroll down, but just to show you, and then run it through a paraphrasing tool like Quillbot. Quillbot is a software that you can get online. I believe the first package is like $9.99 or $19.99. I don't even remember how much it costs anymore, but there is a free version as well. It's just limited on how long your scripts can be. And then you paste it in there and you paraphrase the script. Now, obviously, there's a lot of spaces here, so you're going to need to fix that a little bit. But you can see it literally just paraphrases the script into a brand new script in different words. And then obviously you can use that, which is not going to be the same exact video script. So it'll be original content, but you already have a good idea that this topic and this script could potentially be a winner. All right. So an easier way, I don't love that way, although a lot of people do swear by this way because you're literally taking a successful YouTube script that's already on the platform. So this is proven to work. What I find easier, again, they both work, is to simply go and find good quality articles online about that topic and then paraphrase them in Quillbot the same exact way. So for example, if we were coming up with video topics on Bitcoin, right? Maybe one of the video topics that we came up with is like Bitcoin explained for beginners, right? Or what is Bitcoin, or what is cryptocurrency, or something along those lines, right? You'd want to find an article that basically covers that. So a beginner's guide to Bitcoin right here, confused, as an example. Or you could even create a short video called The History of Bitcoin, right? Or what is Bitcoin, or how are Bitcoins created? Or you can use this entire long script, although your video will be a little bit long. In the beginning, you probably want to stick to shorter video scripts because if you paraphrase the entire thing, it's easy to get lazy and make sure a lot of times like parts of your script won't make a lot of sense if you do like, you know, a 20-minute video with this entire long script. So I would say break this apart. Maybe we'll stick right here like with the history of Bitcoin. And we'll come back into Quillbot and we'll literally just paste that in there. We'll call the script a history of Bitcoin and we'll space that down. Now I'm going to fix the spaces. And it's really just going to be a short video. We're going to paraphrase this script right here. It's going to rewrite it into our brand new script that is reworded, but very, very similar. And bam, now we can just take that. And now we're on to step 3, which is create a voiceover for our brand new script. All right, so step 3 is creating a voiceover. So how can you create a voiceover? Well, obviously, like we touched on with the script as well, you could hire somebody to do that. More on that later on in the course if you do decide that you want to outsource and go that route, but the majority of you will not be doing that. So how do you create a voiceover? We just created our script by paraphrasing other successful scripts so that we know that there's a good chance that there's going to be interest on this on YouTube and it's going to potentially get views, obviously over the long haul. You're not going to upload something and it's immediately just going to blow up, especially in the beginning. But we want a bunch of good scripts that we know obviously are around video topics that can pull views on YouTube. So obviously this is going to give us a good chance to do that if we can do a bunch of those. So now the next way to do it is you want to create a voiceover. So like I said, you could pay somebody or you could simply just read it yourself. So you could go a Bitcoin history. It is crucial to understand why Bitcoin was founded in the first place in order to fully comprehend and just record yourself doing it. It's very, very easy, right? For whatever reason, some people don't want their voice on camera or they don't want their voice on a channel. They worry that for whatever reason, somebody might recognize their voice. So if that is you, a simple way to do that is to just take something into Premiere Pro and then alter your voice slightly. Now, there's many ways to do this. You can search how to change and alter your voice in Premiere Pro or in Final Cut Pro, or you can even do it in a free editor like Shotcut. So if you don't have any money and you're unfamiliar with how to do that, you can just alter your voice in Shotcut. Again, all of these tutorials are on YouTube and you can learn them and master them within 5 minutes. So if you do want to record it yourself, right? You don't want to use text to speech, which is what I'm going to show you next. You don't want to hire somebody else to read it. Just read it yourself. It's so easy. And then obviously you can upload yourself with the voiceover. You'll get a lot better at it as you go. And maybe like 4 or 5 of them in, you'll be pretty good at reading voiceovers. And then if for whatever reason you are worried about somebody recognizing voice, you can then just YouTube how to change your voice in a program like Premiere Pro, a program like Shotcut, a program like Final Cut Pro, or any number of the like iMovie, any number of them will alter voices slightly, and you can just alter your voice very slightly and then nobody will recognize it, okay? Or if you don't want to go that route, you can use text to speech. So there's a number of text to speech softwares out there that I recommend. Obviously, an easy one is Word. So if you just use Microsoft Word, and you can use you highlight it, use the read aloud feature.
A Bitcoin history. It is crucial to understand why Bitcoin was founded in the first place in order to fully comprehend what it is and the value it may add to our world.
And as you can see, it's just going to read it aloud. Then you want to record that automated voice reading it, and then you can use that as your voiceover. Now, a way that you can do that, obviously, record it on your phone, or you can use another computer, or you can plug a microphone into your phone and record it that way. Or the way that I like to do it is use Screencast-O-Matic. I have the paid version of this, but there is a number. You can literally see I record videos all the time using this as script voiceover. So I'm not just telling you that you can do this. I literally do this, okay? There's a free version of this software. I believe it limits you to 10 minutes. So keep that in mind. So you can use this software 100% free. Just go to Screencast-O-Matic, I believe, .com or .org. Just Google Screencast-O-Matic. It's a great software. I've been recommending it for years. And then you want to record it, right? But you want to make sure that in the recorder, you're only solely recording the computer audio, not narration. Because if you record narration, it's going to record not just what's internally on the computer, which is what we want for this example, right? It's also going to record the external microphone. So if you make a noise outside of the computer, if your kid cries, if someone rings your doorbell, it's going to capture all that. That's not what you want. So this way you can be screaming at your computer, and the text to speech, it's not going to matter. It's only going to record the text to speech. So cancel out narration, right? Make sure that you have narration as none and it's X'd out, and then make sure computer audio is on, and then you're going to record. And then once it drops down, you're simply going to highlight it and right click and read aloud. And then as you'll see, it'll start going through the read aloud process. If it doesn't, obviously, then right click again, make sure that it does. And then you just want to simply record this and then take it in again to an editor. You can use the YouTube editor, which is free. You can also use Adobe Premiere Pro, Final Cut Pro, iMovie, Shotcut is free. There's a number of video editors out there, and then you can obviously just overlay that. So all you basically want to do is you want to cut out the very beginning. So let me show you really fast. If we record this, let's record another one. We're going to highlight this. We're going to record. Make sure it's highlighted. Then we're going to right click on it and click read aloud. And obviously we can't hear it right now, but the computer audio is recording. Listen.
Comprehend what it is and the value it may.
Okay, but I muted it, so it doesn't matter because it's still reading internally in the computer. So I can literally have a long script and then go about my life and just have this record as a voiceover automatically, and I don't have to do anything about it. So I'm going to pause it here, and basically what you want to do now is you want to save it. I'm going to stop the recording here. There we go. And then you're going to save it as a video file. And you'll see that there's a long lull here in the beginning that you don't want. And obviously, if you leave it go, there's going to be a long lull at the end. So an easy way that you can do it is you just drag it in here to the beginning, drag it in there at the end, and then save it, okay? And then publish it, and then it should cut that out. Another easy way to do that is you could just take the entire thing into a program, like I said before, like one of those editing programs. There's a number of free ones online, or you can use Adobe Premiere Pro like I do, Final Cut Pro, iMovie, Shotcut is free. And then you just want to basically take that file in. This is exactly what I do. You're going to come over here. You're going to clip out the beginning so that there's no fluff in there, which I already did, but I'm just showing you, right? And then you want to clip out the end so that there's no fluff in there, and then export it as an MP3. If you don't understand how to do this, you don't need to. You can, again, when you're recording, you just drag the thing over and then save it, drag the thing over to the end and then save it, and then it will cut all that out for you. I'm just showing you a different way in case you want to know, okay? You don't need to know any of this. Save it as an MP3, export it as whatever you want to call it. Obviously, this will be like test, export, blah, 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 blah. Save it whatever you want, and then export it. And now you have your video voiceover. And now what you want to do is you're going to create graphics. Now, another way that you can use it is go to TTS Reader. That's another free online text-to-speech reader that's pretty good. This, again, will record for you, so you don't have to worry about any of that. It will then give it to you, so you don't have to, use a recorder like Screencast-O-Matic and actually record the voice. It will do all of this for you. And there's also a number of voices in here that you can choose from. So there's a couple of English voices as a man. There's a couple of English voices as a female. There's also many other voices in other language. If you want to do other languages, that works as well. And basically what you want to do is you just copy the script, you paste it in a TTS reader. You can go fast, you can slow it down, you can go really, really fast, whatever you want. And then you want to just record it. Now, the how to use TTS reader is so easy. It literally tells you what you want to do, and then you're just going to record. And it will start reading for you. You want to make sure that you have it automatically synced to the cloud, and then you want to highlight it and then go entire screen, and it should just start reading. And now that it's recording, you want to press play.
In order to fully comprehend what it is and the value it may add to our world.
And obviously, this is going faster, so you can slow it down if you want. And that's basically how you want to use TTS Reader. It's really, really easy. Again, I personally like Word. I've used TTS Reader in the past. There's a bunch of good sounding people on here. Now, I don't use this as much anymore. I used this in the beginning, but I found that I feel like the Word lady sounds a little bit better, but a lot of people do that, right? So you want to find one that doesn't sound as generic as other people so that your voice can be a little bit different than other channels, right? So there's many out there. Just use the text-to-speech reader and make sure it sounds, somewhat legitimate. And that's another way that you can use voiceovers automatically if you don't want to read it yourself, right? Or if you don't want to hire. All right, so now step 4 is to overlay video graphics on top of your video. Now, as we covered before, there are many ways to do this. Some of them include Creative Commons, some of them include picture slideshows, and some of them include Pictory, which is a game-changing software that I'm going to show you here in a second. So let's just go through these one at a time in case you want to do one of these or, maybe all of them and combine them all, right? So for example, if you want to do a picture slideshow, we're going to use the same example Bitcoin script here. If we wanted to overlay a picture slideshow, we could go somewhere like Google. We could go somewhere like Pixabay or Pexels. As you see here, that's like royalty-free images. And we can just type in Bitcoin, right? And then we can download all the Bitcoin images here one at a time. And I'm not going to download too many because you're going to get the picture very quickly. And then what we want to do is we just come back in and we're going to add all of these in a video editor, okay? So obviously, if you don't have a video editor, you can use Shotcut. It's 100% free. Just Google Shotcut and download it. Or you could even overlay your voiceover and use PowerPoint. Just each slide is a new image. It's a very easy way to do it. I've seen people do it that way. Or what you could do is just use a video editor like I'm going to show you here. It's also very, very easy. So one of the things that you'll notice is super crucial when you're using a video editor and makes your life so much easier is every single time you come in, you don't have to type in the specific ratio. Just have like relative templates, right? You'll see I have templates here. If I want to make a tall video like a TikTok video or a YouTube short video or an Instagram reel that's 1080 by 1920, then I'll use this one, right? If I want to use a normal YouTube video that's 1920 by 1080, the opposite, then I'll use this one, right? Drag it in, and then I know that every single video, every single picture, in every single video, I need to overlay so it's this specific shape and this size, and it makes it so much easier, right? That way you know it fits. Now, an easy way to actually get templates if you need to get them is go to Canva. It's 100% free, create a design, and then you can literally type those sizes in, right? 1920 by 1080 or 1080 by 1920 to get the tall one, or you can just download a template here. Like you'll see on the homepage, there'll be like whiteboard templates or YouTube templates, right? Like social media. Just download an image that fits that specific mold and then use it as your template. It's very, very easy, and it's also free. So we downloaded pictures if we were going to use a picture slideshow. So let's overlay that example. Did I keep it in there? I don't think that I did, but let's use this example. So this is an example of a voiceover script from the past, but let's pretend that it's this one. And if I wanted to overlay video script and if I wanted to overlay pictures on here to create a video script, again, what I recommend that you do if you're going to do this is overlay a bunch of them and then make them change very, very quickly to keep your audience engaged. So if you just select them all at once and you drag them over, it will all put them in there, right? Now, an easy way so you don't have to drag them all so that they fit is come back, grab them all. Again, this is Premiere Pro. It's going to be very similar in pretty much every editor. Select them all so that they're highlighted. and then right click and go scale to frame size. And that should bring them all relatively down so that they fit the image. Now, if it really matters to you, you can drag them out by selecting the image here and just drag them out slightly. That's not going to matter that much, but obviously you can do that. And I'm just going to leave them like that for the sake of showing you. And now it's going to be like an image, and you can even drag them a little bit more if you want to kind of change the pictures a little bit faster. Obviously, the pictures here aren't going to fit the video script, but I'm going to show it to you. And you can just download hundreds of images and have them flash through, assuming that this script was about Bitcoin. I'll show you here in a second what the video looks like. That's how you can overlay, images as a picture slideshow very quickly to keep the audience engaged. Obviously, have visuals over your voiceover. So let's see what it sounds like. Again, this is not a Bitcoin script, but let's just pretend.
Retailers are working overtime to get ready for the quickly coming holiday shopping season, but this year's sales growth is predicted to be limited as customers adjust to their tighter budgets.
See, you get the idea. Obviously, you'd probably want to change these pictures a little bit faster, maybe like every 2 seconds or so, and then export this as a video, and that's a really easy way that you can do it, all right? Now, the next way is to use Creative Commons. So just the same, if we didn't want to use picture slideshows, we could come to YouTube. We could type in something like whatever our topic is. Obviously, our topic, for example, is Bitcoin, so we'll type that in. We want to make sure that, again, we have the Creative Commons filter on after we type that in. And now we're just going to select a video that we think is cool that has Bitcoin overlaid into it, right? Like you'd have to look at some of these videos to pick through which one actually has decent graphics, but let's just pick this one for the sake of showing you. Obviously, it might not have some decent graphics. Let's check it really fast. And so you could use like the graphics on any portion of this video if you downloaded it. Obviously, this isn't the best one, but just for the sake of showing you, assuming that we found a good one, you would then copy the URL. You would take it into a YouTube downloader. There are so many online. This one right here is ytb.rip/en/ and there's a bunch of them. You can just Google like download YouTube videos and a bunch will pop up. You paste the URL in, you click start. It should slowly download the video. And then sometimes it messes up, so you just need to download it for this specific one. That one worked right there. Wait till it pops up, and then download the video. And then it should pop up down here and start downloading here in a second. And then we can use this because we know that this is Creative Commons, so we can use this as a portion of our video. Again, you don't just want to overlay the entire video because it's not going to be, well, this one's a bad example actually because it's 31 minutes long, which is kind of annoying. It's kind of moving fast. So we're going to jump to when this is done downloading. All right, so it's downloaded now. We're going to put it into Premiere Pro and we're going to overlay it. Obviously, you want to rip the audio that's out of there. So we're going to unlink them and delete. It's okay if you don't know any of this or you don't want to learn this. It's totally fine. You don't need to. I'm going to show you how to use Pictory, which is a game changer here in a second. Delete all these out. And drag this down. And now we can just overlay this and use this person's clips in this video since we know it's Creative Commons. Now, obviously, we don't just want to leave his video because it has to mesh together and it has to look, relatively similar. So we'd use portions of this video that are relevant. We'd cut them out. Maybe, for example, like we figured out that this part's relevant and we cut this out. We drag this over and then maybe we want like this portion of the video here, you get the picture, but that's how you can use Creative Commons, obviously, and overlay their video and their video graphics on your voiceover. Now, obviously, you'd want to mesh this together, make it look good, and you can use different Creative Commons videos. You don't just have to use one and like keep the entire thing rolling. That's in fact what you don't want to do, but that's another method that you can use is obviously Creative Commons and then mesh their video together with other videos so that obviously you want clips of Bitcoin content on top of your voiceover that's obviously already a video. Makes it really easy for you to create videos that way. Now, the last and final way is my favorite, and it's actually a complete game changer, and that is to use Pictory. Now, I'm going to put a link to try Pictory 100% free attached to this lecture. So download the attachment. It's a Word document, and then click the link in that Word document to take you to Pictory. That will give you a free trial so you can try this 100% free. All right. This software is a game changer. So all you need is a video script, right? We already created the video script in a previous lecture. I showed you how. Now we're going to take it into Pictory and we're literally just going to paste our video script in here. title is going to be a history of Bitcoin. And it's going to turn our script into a video by pulling from millions of pictures that it has royalty-free access to, right? So you don't have to worry about using any of these images. It's going to literally create our script into a video using the the millions of pictures that it already has access to. You just simply pick a template. So we'll pick this one for this example. And then obviously you want it sideways. If you wanted to use like a TikTok video or you wanted it tall, you'd pick that one. And then just let it do its work and it'll create the video for you. So let's see what it looks like. So it's going to create the video for you based on some of the pictures here and videos here that it pulled. As you can see, it overlaid the text, it timed it perfectly, and it also pulled a number of pictures that fit the Bitcoin narrative. It literally pulled them all from its data point already and automated the entire process for you and created the video for you with relevant graphics already on it, literally within like a minute. Okay, it's a game changer. Then the next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to upload a voiceover that you already created. Now, I showed you how to do this in a previous lecture. Obviously, we didn't create a voiceover for this specific script here, but if we did, we'd upload the voiceover, we'd drag it in, and this is a different voiceover, right? So you'd want to add this, then you'd click. I'm not going to actually do it because this voiceover doesn't fit this video, but we would have already created that, as I'll show you. And in the next lecture, I'm going to run you through the entire, from like A to Z, from like step one to creating the video script, to then recording the voiceover, to then running it through Pictory. And then what you'd want to do at this step, once you uploaded it, is you click entire video, you'd let it process, and then it would overlay the video script 100%, automatically time it perfectly, and then create a video that looks exactly like something like this. So this is an example of a video from before that I've created.
Retailers are working overtime to get ready for the quickly coming holiday.
As you'll notice as we move through this, I'll just show you like 30 seconds of it as an example. You'll notice that it has the voiceover that we created that's automated. It overlaid relevant video graphics that, it pulled automatically using this, and it overlaid captions, which you can turn off if you want, but I think that they kind of help increase audience engagement. In a future video, I'm going to show you how to actually, create better looking captions if you want to go that route. But this is, obviously creating videos very, very quickly, and it changes the game for you because it takes your time out of the equation. You can now create pretty much automated YouTube automation videos within like a few minutes just using this kind of strategy. So let me show you like 30 seconds of this video and how it came out using all of this automated process and Pictory.
Shopping season. But this year's sales growth is predicted to be limited as customers adjust to their tighter budgets. According to a number of publications, consumers are likely feeling frugal as a result of rising prices for food and other needs. The Bureau of Labor Statistics released a report on Tuesday showing.
So you get the picture there. That's kind of how it overlays video graphics, it overlays captions, and obviously the voiceover is reading it exactly perfectly timed in the background with the words and the pictures, okay? It automated that entire process for us. Now, it doesn't typically have these long of captions. This is just a long script, so it's got a bunch of long captions in here. Typically, it'll have like, 5 to 10 words on the screen at once, and it'll flash through them faster. It just depends video to video, but this is a game changer of a software. So that's a bunch of different examples and a bunch of different ways on how you can create video graphics for your video. In the next lecture, I'm going to show you how I go through the entire process, and you'll watch me create a YouTube automation video from start to finish. All right, so now I'm going to show you the entire process from start to finish of me creating a YouTube automation video. All right, I'm going to slow it down to kind of show you exactly what I'm doing. I have found a Bitcoin article. We're going to stick with that theme. Again, I want to reiterate, this probably isn't the best niche for someone to pick, but just to show you as an example. So we're going to take it into, we're going to paraphrase it by taking it into Quillbot. I'm just going to slowly copy the article here. And there we go. We've copied the article. We're going to space it down so there's no lulls in here. And now we're going to paraphrase it. So now we have our video script, and it's rewriting it into new words so that we're not copying it. Now that it's done, we need a voiceover, okay? So we're going to copy it. We're going to take it into Word. We're going to paste it into Word. And I will minimize this here. You can fast forward through this video if you want, but I'm going to show you recording the actual video. So I'm going to use Screencast-O-Matic. I'm going to record it using text to speech. Again, you can read this if you want, or you can hire somebody to do it for you. Once it's recording, we'll run the text to speech by highlighting it, right-clicking, and click read aloud.
Ballet by Bobby Lee introduces non-electronic.
We'll mute it. Now, you can obviously use ttsreader.com. You can read it yourself. Like I said, it's very, very easy. Reading it yourself is going to be the same rough amount of time as if you use text to speech, because it's going to take you the same rough amount of time to read it and record it as it would for an automated person to do so. This just makes it easier if you don't feel like doing so, okay? Now, I already touched on how you can change and alter your voice slightly in an editing program if you want to do that. Again, you can learn that on YouTube in 5 minutes very, very easily, or you can obviously outsource this if you want to. There's going to be an entire outsourcing section in this course in the future coming up.
The fragrance of the wallet is unique, serving to both deter counterfeiting and engage all 5 senses. Lee is confident in the future of the price of Bitcoin. Bobby Lee is another well-known and outspoken proponent of Bitcoin who calls himself a BTC maximalist. He thinks that the price of Bitcoin is still very low compared to what it can and will be worth in the future. He described it as a trillion-dollar asset class and predicted additional price increases. He explains that the price of Bitcoin rises and falls in waves, with each wave forming a bubble that drives the price of the coin higher. In the next years, he anticipates that BTC will experience multiple more waves that will likely push the price up to $100,000 to $200,000 and finally $1 million. According to Lee, the price of Bitcoin rises 10 to 20 times with each successive bubble, and he anticipates this pattern to continue. This is the reason he endorses and counsels BTC investment, as well as the reason he designed a hardware wallet for long-term holdings. What do you think of Bobby Lee's bullish forecasts for the price of Bitcoin? Do you believe that Bitcoin might reach $1 million during the next 5 to 10 years? Comment below with your ideas and let us know.
All right, and it's done reading now, so we can pause it. We're going to click done, and we're going to save and upload it so that we can get the video. Now, what you could do if you don't want to take it into a video, like an editor, I'm going to take it in just to make sure here in a second. You can just drag these over on Screencast-O-Matic as close as possible. Just make sure you don't take out any of the actual voiceover there. And then once you're done, it should pop up. Click Save it as a video file and publish it. Now, as soon as it's done, it's going to obviously take it to one of your folders. So figure out what folder it's saving it to. Mine, I know it takes it to the document folder. So I'm going to come into Premiere Pro, and I'm just literally going to make sure that it looks fine. It's going to be this last recording here. And if I didn't see how it's like pretty close to the side, but not all the way, so I'm just going to snip it slightly to make sure that it looks good. You don't need to do this, but I just like to. So now I'm going to export it as an MP3, obviously, so that we get the voiceover. I'll save it as voiceover, Bitcoin, just so I know what it is. You can save it as the title of your video if you want. Make sure you export it as an MP3. Now, again, you don't need to do that if you don't want to. There's a million different ways. You can convert it to an MP3 file online, whatever you want to do. You just need the voiceover. So now we have the script. We have the voiceover, right? Now what we need is video graphics. Now, you could just download Creative Commons. You could just download pictures and have a fast-moving slideshow. There's a number of ways that you can do it. I'm going to use Pictory here because it's a game changer of a software, so I'll run you through an example of how this is going to create a video for us. So we need a script. Good thing we have a script. Let's go this right here. And then this will be, the video title will be, Will Bitcoin reach 1 million, or will Bitcoin ever reach 1 million? And then we'll proceed. We have the script. We'll pick, let's pick this one this time. Go 16 by 19, so it's sideways. You can play around with tall videos as well. Some of them do hit, and we're just going to let this kind of run. And you'll see just how fast it comes up with a script, obviously, the captions and the pictures that actually fit the entire script. So it'll probably come up with some Bitcoin pictures. It'll probably come up with some finance pictures, stuff like that. Now you can see right here all the pictures and videos that it's actually using. Some of them are moving, some of them are not. Now we're going to add our voiceover that we recorded. So you want to come over here to add voiceover, upload the voiceover. drag and drop a file, voiceover that we just did. And once it's done, you want to click entire video, and then it'll sync to the entire video and it'll generate a preview that we can watch. And then we'll generate the video and it'll show you what it actually looks like. So let's let this run. Let's let it finish. It should run, and finish pretty quickly. Oh, already done. Never mind. Now, watch it, make sure that it fits. Obviously, watch like 2 frames to make sure it fits. I already trust and know that it fits because I've done this so many times, so I'm sure it does. Then we're going to generate the video, and that's how fast you can create one of these videos, okay? So I'm going to, this is going to run probably for like a minute and generate the video, and then I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so now it's ready to download, and we're simply going to download it to the PC, and bam, now we have a video that's done, fully YouTube automated with a brand new script that we know that has a pretty good likelihood of eventually getting some traction and some views on YouTube. Obviously, it's content that we've created ourselves, so it's organic content that we didn't copy because it's a paraphrase script. We put it all together, and it will also keep audience retention because it has captions going.
In a recent interview, Lee introduced his brand new business, Ballet, which has developed a unique hardware wallet for cryptocurrency investors worldwide. He claimed that the choice to provide a physical, non-electronic wallet was motivated by the desire to bring cryptocurrency closer to what people are already accustomed to. Bobby thinks that the existence of cryptocurrencies in digital form may be a barrier to their adoption and utilization. Everyone on the planet would have a secure location to sit.
And that's how you create a YouTube automation video super fast with relative ease using software. So in this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to add captions for free on any video. They're going to look cool and they're going to keep your audience engaged longer, which ultimately will get you more watch time and keep your audience retention up. Now, one of the most important metrics on YouTube that you can focus on, obviously watch time is crucial because that's what's going to help you get you monetized the fastest. But what's actually going to help you get your videos suggested to more people is audience retention, okay? And this trick is going to help you, obviously make your videos look better so that your production quality is better. And that in turn will help increase your audience retention because they'll be able to read the captions on your videos while the video is going and while it's being explained, all right? So the first thing that you want to do is you want to download CapCut. Now, CapCut, as you can see here, is a phone app. It's also a program on the computer, so you can just go to CapCut.com and use the website if you want to use it directly from like your PC or your computer. I prefer the app just because I kind of like the interface and I'm more used to it. So, for example, if you download CapCut, you'll see new project here. So we're just going to upload the video from your files here that you want to actually add captions to. Now, once the video's in there, as you can see here, it's kind of in there already. This one's 9 minutes long. You can have one that's much, much shorter if you want. Then you're going to click on the text on the bottom. See where it says text? So click that. Then you'll see the one that says auto captions. So then you just click auto captions, and it's going to generate auto captions on the video for free for you. So click start, and you'll literally see it's going 25%. 40%. It does this very, very quickly. And this is the best software that I've found that does this for free and creates high quality captions that actually say what you're saying, right? So assuming you're not like mumbling your words all the time, it's very, very good at obviously detecting that. And it also, as you see, it just popped up with invalid clips. It also, if you lull for a second here and there, or you say a filler word like so or except, like something like that, it's going to detect those and it's going to delete them out. So as we scroll through, you can see it literally is it literally is generating captions of exactly what I'm saying in this video. And once we scroll down and find a filler word, we can obviously delete those clips. I'll show you what it is. There we go right here. There's a pause for 2.74 seconds as I'm showing something in the video. So it's obviously deleting that. Sometimes there's filler words in here where it's like so, and obviously you don't need a caption for that. There's another pause. A filler word where I'm saying you need to be at a point where you can offer somebody, full-time work consistently. So we don't need there as a caption. So we can delete that. We're just going to delete all 14 filler clips. You don't want to click yes, delete both, because that's going to delete the portions of the video where there's fillers. You don't want to do that. You want to click the bottom one that says no, just delete captions. And you don't have to do this either. You can skip this part. I just find that it creates better captions for you. So the next thing that you want to do is you want to go back into your video and you're going to go back down to the text bar again, right at the bottom. So text. And then you're going to click on the actual text in the image, and we're going to change the entire text layout. We're going to make it a little bit bigger, and we're going to change the font. Now you just want to go down here to style, and then you can change the way it looks. So for example, if we wanted it, let's make it a little bit bigger so I can show you first. So we'll go to font, and you can play around with fonts. You can change the font here. I personally really like this one. Where is it? Bangers. But there's a number of cool ones. Let's go back to that other one that we just did. If you want it, obviously a more professional font, pick something that looks a little bit more professional. If you want something that's like a little bit more fun, you can pick that as well. Let's go with, for this example, let's go with Open Sans for right. Let's go Rubik's for right now. I don't really like that one either. Let's try Pacific. Blood. Let's try this one for now. So we'll pick blood for right now for the time being, and then we're going to actually go back into style, and we're going to scroll down and make the size a little bit bigger. So that way you can read the words a little bit easier on your video, and you can play around with how big you want them or don't want them. And then we're going to click the check mark to make it done. We're going to go back into style, and then you can kind of play around with different shadowing, different stroke colors, different text colors, or you can just use one of these that you see here on the T. You can just use one of these formats. I usually play around with these a little bit. I like the black and yellow one. That's kind of cool. Depending on the background of your actual video, you're going to want to change this so that it's a little bit more legible and readable. You can pick whatever color you want. You can also personalize it if you want to go into like effects and make bubble lettering around it, or pick your own colors. But I usually just stick with the templates. They're really, really easy to use. And that's how you can add auto captions for free. They're high quality. They look really, really cool. It's almost like all the videos that you see on TikTok with the auto captions, they're using CapCut. And that's going to increase your audience retention. It's going to increase the engagement on your videos and keep people watching longer, which ultimately will help you monetize a lot faster.